Hello again, everyone. Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube segment, what I was going to do is I wanted to do a report on something that just took place very recently. Very heinous crime apparently is taking place, and it's in Hesston, Kansas. And according to what I saw on the internet, it's three or four people are dead right now, according to the report, at least what they've discovered. And I believe it's the county sheriff that stated this, and as many as 20 people have been injured. This is Hesston, Kansas, is located in the south central section of Kansas, and the suspect is an Excel employee, and multitude of crime scenes were involved. Now, this is a place that is just a very small population, about approximately 3,700, and just north of Wichita. It's only 3.90 square miles in size, and I was doing some research on the city on the internet that this is apparently it's 68% lower crime rate than the national average. So this is really it would be very shocking to people, I imagine, in that area that is has heard about this. And I was on citydata.com, and according to that, it stated there were zero murders from 2002 to 2013, if I read it correctly. To me, the site was a little ambiguous because it listed per 100,000, which I don't understand since this city only has well under 100,000. It's 3,700 population. But what it tells me is that, however you look at it, it must be very rare that a murder would take place in this area. And now you have I mean, three or four people is an exorbitant amount for a place where you don't really seemingly have any murders. So really, and then it listed, I added it up, was 24 assaults from 2002 to 2013, but then it read per 100,000. So you might want to go on that site or research it a little bit more extensively. But what this tells me, I mean, as I've stated in at least one other video, people, that there is no place that is 100% safe. As many of you may know, I live in Nashville, Tennessee, and a lot of the people here aren't as kind and benevolent as what a lot of people may say. Contrary to public opinion, they're not. I've had people start fights with me. I even had an experience fairly recently when something was happening and almost became escalated into a rather volatile situation, to say the least. So the thing about it is, it's a shame. I mean, we're going to have to start wearing bulletproof vests when we go outside, and wear battle suits and put a helmet on our heads just when we come outside to do our daily thing. No, we don't want to be dominated by fear. I understand that, but it's at a point where we're really going to have to become more judicious and more prudent than ever, people, because this is terrible. You hear about these heinous crimes that take place, killings that have there's really no rational way to explain it. There's no way you can justify killing somebody unless it's like in self-defense and you're fighting for your life or something. I understand that, but other than that, just they really, more details have to come out on the story, and this is just a very basic story that came out, and I guess when they get more information, the media will let people know and expound and elaborate upon what has happened. But this is just something where you hear something about this, and I imagine that this place, Hesston, Kansas, must be a very tranquil and peaceful place, at least as far as the violent crimes go. And I'm even from a town where basically, if you heard of even somebody raped, that would be a big story, because that would not, and I'm not making light of it. I mean, I know that's a serious crime as well, but the point I'm making is that I was in a town, and many people have a misconception of New York, and they think a lot of these places are all rough and everything. But you go to Long Island. Long Island could be very quaint, very peaceful. It was a very good existence in terms of not having to worry about any violent crimes. Really, I could go outside maybe 2 in the morning and take a walk. I mean, and not really have to worry about being bothered, but not in Nashville, Tennessee. Not when you're in I was not in a major city. I was not in New York City. I lived in the suburbs on Long Island, and it was very, really very beautiful, very peaceful. But anyway, people, I'm going off on a tangent here. I'm sorry about that. The thing about it is that I guess they will have more information on this as it develops, and I do my hearts go out to the victims and to the families of these people here. And I mean, this is just terrible to hear something like this, and you hear about this in some place remote that you would never, you'd really be bewildered to hear something like this. And that's what really makes it even more shocking. Not just the fact that this crime took place, these murders and people being assaulted, but the fact that where it took place, I think, as well. Well, anyway, people, this is Edwin Learnard, and until next time, stay well.